beside me, passive with the way you would act. When approached about your manner, you would attempt to take it back. Somehow I didn't see through you, pulling the right strings when I'd start to see what you'd do. But looking back, it was all just too new. I wasn't familiar with this type of behavior, so I was blind and convinced you were my savior. You hid in your shadows, only to come out when you were scared I'd leave. I thought it was because you cared, but really you didn't want to stop using me. So you trapped me here, making sure I had nowhere to go. I felt like things were going weird, but I didn't want you to know. It's just I don't choose my position. The strength I once had is now missing. I tried to run away, but I stay due to what you're insisting. People ask me why I remain here, and the truth is I can't figure it out. Maybe I'm wanting my vision to be clear, or I'm paralyzed from the feeling of doubt. But you're one maze I can't seem to solve, showing compassion one day, and then cruelty when I want to evolve. You made sure I failed every time I tried something new, making it impossible to grow around you. And when I asked, you refused to tell me what was making you so blue. You pretended like I should know, as I continued to travel beneath the waves, just so you could remain afloat. You were the anchor that sank me, but I had no sense of my capability. Made to feel like I would suffocate, but without you I could finally breathe. But the oxygen is way too new. I had never known what it was like to be without you. Choosing to part ways was the step I took to being free. Ending abrupt, but decided to focus on me. I needed closure, you to tell me it was over. The high was fun at the time, but I'm better off sober. The good times are the things I hang on to. I don't want to have a bad memory of you. Though it's easier to expose the bandages than the bruise, all the positive memories are what end up shining through. Concluding that I'll never get the answer I need is how I coped with the thought of your greed. Now that you haven't got your hold on me, I can take the first step to finally succeed. But the end didn't come that easy. The traps I broke weren't the ones that freed me. Every time I felt it was over, you acted like nothing was wrong. treating me nicer than ever before, but it would never last too long. You laughed at what you set me up for. You knew that when you pull away, I would come back asking for more. But I start to wonder if you would ever get bored. I continued to let it go on, but I didn't know what I was in for. I believed your tricks were the way you showed affection, because you made me believe that we actually had a connection. Pulling some cards to make you seem ill, but really you caused your own infection. Searched for every excuse to justify your cruelty, but you used that as a way to hurt more. Each time I tried to ask you why, I was thrown outside the door. You contradicted everything you said, but I was the hypocrite in your head. I strive to give you a sense of life, but you would rather play dead. I still don't know if I got to see the real you, but who am I to decipher the truth when your deceit is all I'm used to? You figured out how your image could seem and how the people around you would react. So you painted a picture that wasn't so mean and pretended to clean up your act. No one saw the things you showed me. You became a snake weaving through the grass, coming up to bite every time I passed. But to everyone else you would continue to laugh, putting on a smile so they think everything is normal. You wanted me to be the liar in their eyes, and you put me in a bad light to accompany your lies, curating your life just right, so you can cover up the things done out of sight. The colors you have shown are some I've never known. Trying to act sweet when you give me a rose, but I see through it. Your heart's a stone. Although I can't always predict every move you make. Blindsided, my vision becomes nearsighted. Showed myself around with the way that the wind glided. But the breeze is all fun and games until you make things real. Kept me lurking because you never told me how you feel. You don't care about me. You told me you did just so I wasn't able to see the ways you lie and tell others how you wanted to be. You wanted people to think you were better than me. Talking of destructing my life was rooting from your jealousy. Nothing was clear to me. You altered my vision to what you could control. I couldn't find what you were searching for. The insecurities you were hiding was the reason you didn't want to show me more. You made sure I was blind to the truth, telling me stories from your falsified youth. But I kept trying to uncover your roots. Even though I had no clear vision, I could somehow create the line of division between the truth and the lies you curated for your disguise. I trusted the other remaining senses and could finally come to a conclusion. You became self-destructive, damaging everything in your course. Anyone trying to help you got hurt with no remorse. You began to crash rapidly, and I knew I couldn't suffer the penalty. I had given so much to you already that I knew this could end deadly. I encourage you to get a hold of yourself, but your destruction remains steady. I even tried pulling away, but I knew we weren't ready. I try to remain neutral and keep the peace, but it's hard to watch when someone's so brutal. It hurt me to see you like this. I didn't want you to hurt anymore. Everything I did to try to help ended up hurting you more. You sabotaged your own life, thinking you were damaging mine. All of this going on was what I used as a sign to look through instead. Knew I would break out if I could find my own cave. But I gave up every piece of me for you. And it left me in a place I wasn't used to.
We all deserve to be treated equally versus one. Versus the same amount of love given versus one.
When two souls are left so bare, it can affect things without you being aware. Every time I thought we were climbing stairs, you proved to me that you didn't care. But the list of questions keeps growing, and I can't help feeling this way. The things you did behind my back is the reason I've lost all faith. Since you won't own up to anything you do, I've lost all the words to say. Maturity is the thing you still lack, and the infidelities I caught you in were arranged in stacks, all becoming a domino effect, falling without any prevention. But when I try to approach you about your crimes, you would continue to give me the same nursery rhymes. You tried to sweep things under the rug and fix things with a simple hug. But the hugs you gave were bitter, not snug. And the secrets you kept were hot inside this mug. It's hard to forget the entire thing. I wish I flowers would have ever bloomed without the tragedy of you. But I got to a point where nothing mattered to me anymore. I was desperate to find a way out. You kept me in darkness for so long that I had forgotten what it was like to be strong. You see, when the manipulator is the one you were trying to help, you have to manipulate the situation to find a way out. Most of the time they become manipulative after you have planted your grounds, so you have to be cautious when making any sounds. You have to cut them off before they can ever see, which ended up being the hardest part for me. You knew how much I wanted to help you, and how I continued to care about you. Which is why you made me feel even more guilty.
It still bothers me to this day. I wish I didn't feel this way. Anything I could do to make you stay, I would have done for you. But I woke up to the truth. I tried to make everything right, and you were looking the other way.
But when I figured out what you were doing, I realized that you were no friend to me.
That was when I realized I couldn't stay. It was difficult for me to break away, even though I wanted nothing to do with you. You were the one I was closest to. I even played my future with you. But I knew there was no way to please you. And I know that I don't need you.
This is when I told you to exit. And now that you're gone, I can finally accept it.